There is a building for sale in Contra Costa right now that looks like the deal of the year even. The price looks right, the rent looks right, and it's going to quietly eat somebody alive. And I want to make absolutely sure that somebody is not you. So here is the cost of getting this completely wrong. And I want you to feel both sides of it. On one side, you sit at the market and you wait and you watch prices and rents drift while your money does nothing. That is real and that stings. But on the other side, if you move on the wrong building and that is not a sting, that is a wound. That is a six-figure mistake of your own cash, buying a second job pretty much, and that loses you money every single month. One of those mistakes you recover from in a season, but on the other hand, the other ones tend to follow you for years. Hi, I'm Roger, here with Rental Lords. I'm a licensed agent here in Central Contra Costa, and over the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through exactly how a good-looking building turns into money and others turn into a money pit. The numbers nobody shows you, and the way that people who actually win read a deal before they ever put in an offer. Stay with me because this part is the part that saves you in the long run, and it looks very boring. Let me start with what actually happened, because this is the pattern, not a one-off. A first-time buyer finds a small multifamily unit out here. 4 units, the price per unit looks like it's a steal compared to the listing down the street. And the rent roll, at the seller hands at least, over there shows that every single unit is paying and is full. They do a quick math in their head, and the rent covers the mortgage with a little bit of leftover, and they pretty much fall in love. And falling in love is exactly the moment you stop seeing clearly, because the number that kills you is never the number on the flyer. It's the number that nobody puts in front of you. So let me give you the 3 hidden numbers, the ones that turn a deal into a pit. Write these down. Number 1, the rent, or at least the real rent versus the market rents. The seller's rent roll says that the unit pay, and sure, they're going to say that, but are those rents at market, and are they $400 under because the seller has not raised them in the past 6 years, and has a tenant who is never going to leave occupying? Here's what most first-time home buyers, or at least first-time rental buyers, get this wrong. They assume that they will just bump the rents to the market after they close. In California, you do not get to do that overnight. And depending on the building, you may be capped on how fast you can move at all. So you guys are not buying the rents that you think you can charge. You're buying the rents that exist today. Underwrite the building that you're actually buying, not the one in your head. Number 2, the real expenses. The seller expenses sheet is the sales document, not the forecast. Your property tax reset to the price you pay, not what they paid in 2009. Your insurance is not their insurance. And you have to set money aside every month for the roof, the turns, and the surprise plumbing. First timers run the numbers with their seller's expenses and a clean little spreadsheet, and they are off by hundreds a month before they even get the keys. Number 3, what the debt actually costs. Investor money out there right now is running somewhere around 6 to 7.5%, depending on the building and how you actually structure it. Plug the real rate into the real income and the real expenses, and a shocking number of cash flow deals suddenly bleed. The cheap money math from a few years ago does not work for today's loans. If those 3 numbers just made you a little nervous, about a place that you're looking at currently, that's the right instinct. And I put together a simple one-page underwriting checklist that walks through the exact numbers. It is linked below. Go ahead and grab it and keep watching, because there is a bigger trap underneath these. So why do smart, capable people still buy these money pits? It's not that they're dumb. It's that they shopped on the price and the dream instead of the numbers and the risk. They bought a story, and a building will always tell you a beautiful story if you let it. Here's a landmine. The one that turns a bad month into 5 figures a year. It's the tendency you inherit. When you buy a building in California, you're not just buying the walls, you're buying the tenants and the exact terms of their leases. So that one unit that is rented to the seller's cousin who has not paid since spring, that is now your non-paying tenant, yours. And unwinding it here, it is unwinding slowly in your pocket. And the expenses are just unfolding. The roof, you can't budget for that. The bad tenant that you inherited can cost you more than the repairs, and you cannot see it. You just cannot see it through. You have to dig in your heels for that lease, and actually look at the payment history before you actually close. And while you still have a cheap way out, because it's not always going to look like that for you. So the way I look at like a building, and this is the whole reason I went and got a certification through Michael Blanc's syndication program with the underwriting and the construction management property certification, is I read the building like it already has a problem. And I'm not trying to fall in love with it. I'm trying to find the landmines on purpose. Put a real dollar amount on each one, and then either price them into my offer or walk away clean. The deal survives that kind of look, and it's the only kind of look worth taking. So, quick pause. This is for anybody watching who is actually trying to buy. Here's what most first-time buyers do not realize until it costs them. The expense mistake is not the interest rate. It's buying the wrong building, and you usually cannot see it from the listing. I'm a licensed agent here in Central Contra Costa, trained to underwrite a building before it underwrites you, and I will help you find and read a deal before you ever write the offer. If you're looking at your first building, there is a free buyer's consultation with me in the link below. All right, let's get back to it. So here is how you flip this whole thing in your favor. Before you ever get emotional about the building, you write it like it's already guilty. Real rents, not pro forma rents, real expenses with a tax reset and the reserves built in. The real loan at today's rate, and the real tenancy pulled from actual leases and actual deposits, not a tidy spreadsheet. If you still pay, or if it still pays you after all of that, now you have actually got something. If it only works when you believe the seller's story, you don't have a deal, you have a trap with good lighting. That's not pessimism. That's how you actually buy with confidence instead of hopium. So let's leave you with the question that actually matters. If you walked that deal, the deal of the year, tomorrow, would you know what the building truly costs you, or only what they're asking for? Because those two are completely different numbers, and the gap between them is where a first-time home buyer becomes a loser by losing their down payment. If you're not sure, you could tell them apart. That's not your weakness. That's just the reason to have somebody in your corner who does this for a living. So before you offer, not after you are pretty much stuck, book a buyer consultation with me in the link below, and let us put some real building numbers to your actual deal, and let's pick it apart together while it's still seller's risk and not yours. And do me a favor, drop a comment and tell me what is the scariest too good to be true listing that you have looked at out here, and let's talk about it.